All right, Aries, new moon in Aries. We're back to you finally, right? Then we have the Nine of Pentacles because it is about you. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. It's what you have, what you've grown, what you've put your interest in and your time into. Judgment. I feel like anything that you've been working on, like now's the time to kind of finalize the stuff. If you have paperwork or something about that, something you're making official, okay? And you're locking into something. Knave of Swords. So there is some kind of decision that you're, like I said, you're locking into something. You've thought about it, you've dealt with stuff, and it's like you're putting your best foot forward, and you're only bringing the people that are willing to do that with you. You know, like if we cool, we cool. If we're not, then better luck next time. Six of Pentacles. You want balance, you want reciprocation, you want people to hold their own, because you're over here holding a lot of stuff too, right? So actually this one wants to go. Two of Pentacles, balance and decisions. All right, Taurus, new moon in Aries. What do we need to think about here? The Tower, okay? Now, I don't think this is everything Tower. This is Four of Swords and then Ace of Wands. You are not interested in keeping anything around that isn't working for you. Anything that's holding you back, anything like the Four of Swords can be kind of, you know, oh, it's so depressed or whatever. It's also limitations. It's also pulling yourself out of something and being like, nah, that's not it. So with this Ace of Wands, you're more interested in the action of making stuff better. With the Tower, it's like, I think you knew certain things weren't working for you. And it doesn't have to be giant and dramatic, but there are systems or things or habits or something that you have thought about and you want to be done with it. You're moving into a whole new phase. This Ace of Wands, what exactly about it? Knave of Wands. Like I said, you're more interested in doing than thinking about anything anymore. And Eight of Wands, communication. All right, Gemini, new moon in Aries. What do we need to think about during this time? We have got the Six of Swords, okay? We're putting some distance on something here. The Magician. And then, what about it? The Six of Cups. Hi. I feel like you have two sixes, right? So we've kind of made a decision. We're moving into the action phase of things. I feel like you're taking the stuff about your past, about things that you might have learned, etc., and it's in a different perspective. It's like you turn the prism and you see things a different way. You're putting some distance on it. Maybe you have the perspective now to kind of examine some things, because with the Magician, hi, it's about manifesting. It's like you're taking that stuff and making it work in your favor. Okay. Now, how exactly are we doing that? Just the Star. Okay. You're making any kind of disadvantage into an advantage. You're taking anything that said no and you're making it a yes, the way that you need it to. So Gemini, go get it. All right, Cancer, new moon in Aries. What are we thinking about here? Two of Wands. You could be kind of thinking about how you're going to execute something or figure something out. The Hierophant. I think you want to do it right. If you're going to commit to something, you're in. There is no halfway with you. And the Hanged Man. You might need a little bit more time to think about it. Or you might need to think about it from a different perspective, you know, and see what stuff that you might not have considered, get some more information, things like that. Because once you're in with the Hierophant, like you're in. This could be job, relationship, something along those lines, or something that you are going to commit yourself to. You know, whether that's a person, place, or thing, right? But with the High Priestess, there is a level, like I said, of intuition where you have to kind of get your BS detector and be like, nah, it doesn't feel right. That feels, that's not it. And then what happens? Oh, just the Nine of Cups. I mean, I think whatever you do, if you listen to yourself, you're going to be okay. All right, Leo, new moon in Aries. What do we need to think about during this time? Oh, Nine of Cups. Hi. Stuff that you want, like duh. Eight of Swords. And then, what about it? We have Temperance. Okay, you might have a lot of ideas, a lot of aspirations, a lot of things that you're just like, let me just get to the top of the mountain and I'll show you what's what. But with this Eight of Swords, it's like, I feel like you're feeling not stuck, but just like all the practical junk, all the stuff that I have to actually like do paperwork or sign up for things or learn this, you know, get this next class under my belt, whatever it may be. But with Temperance, I feel like you're learning to work within the confines of what is required. You're being balanced. You're being patient. You're staying aware of stuff that you need to be doing here. And then the High Priestess. So you know you're on the right track, even if it's slower than you want. Okay, Virgo, new moon in Aries. What do we need to be thinking about during this time? We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, feel like you're getting out there doing some stuff here. Four of Cups. Let me get the last one before I say anything. Queen of Swords. Yeah, there is, kind of an impulsiveness with the Knight of Wands. You might be ready to like go and get into stuff, but like you're no fool. Like no one's gonna play you when you get out there. So you could be having a good time expressing yourself, and you'd be like, don't get it twisted. Hi, Four of Cups. Something that is like you're just not taking the first thing that comes along. You're not. If something's fallen short, you're also gonna be like, no, I'll pass. And with the Queen of Swords, she's the one there that's like, I'll take it, I'll leave it, whatever it may be. She's very decisive, and if it, like I said, if it's fallen short, you're not buying it. You're not jumping in. Even if it looks like you're having a good time, you're like, no, thank you, Justice. Hi. You're staying balanced. You're staying on top of it. No one can play you. All right, Libra, new moon in Aries. What do we need to be thinking about at this time? We have the Star, okay? Any kind of hopes, any kind of healing. Six of Wands, okay? If there's stuff you've been working on, working towards, I feel like you're finally seeing some results here. And then the King of Wands. I feel like whatever win that you're getting, you're like, okay, that was nice. King of Wands, what are we doing now? It kind of maybe elevates you in your position to be able to call a couple more shots, which can be a little bit more fulfilling for you because you feel like you have more oversight of what's going on, whether this is your house, your job, whatever it may be. King of Pentacles. Hi. Two Kings. So there is something that is feeling fulfilling, but also it's setting you up for down the line, making things better. Knight of Cups. I feel like I said, well, you're freed up. You have some bandwidth here, and you're feeling pretty good about it. Okay, Scorpio, new moon in Aries. What do we need to be thinking about? We have the Knight of Wands, okay? So we're getting in there. We're doing some action. Two of Pentacles. You could still be juggling or figuring some stuff out. Nine of Pentacles. Whatever you're doing, I don't think it can be a group project. If you have been thinking about stuff or trying to make decisions or trying to accommodate people, you might need to kind of step back and you say like, I need to do this. This is how I need to grow. This is how I need to do my stuff. And then you have the Two of Wands. Yeah. You're taking action. It's like you have this momentum with this Knight of Wands that you want to get out and do. But people could be saying things like, oh, that won't work, or that's too impulsive. I'm not saying there's naysayers, but there's a level of caution that people think you haven't thought of, and you're like, I'm Scorpio, I think of everything. So there's that aspect. So how are we going to get through that? Nine of Wands, you're just going to do what you need to do, how you need to do it. All right, Sagittarius, new moon in Aries. What are we thinking about during this time? Eight of Swords. Okay, not necessarily all bad. The Devil. And then we have the King of Pentacles. I don't view this as being trapped or stuck or the devil, blah, blah, blah. It's more like you're more concerned with what isn't serving you. Like, what is the stuff? Like, what are you attaching yourself to? Like, how are you not honoring yourself or honoring your ideas or all that kind of stuff? And with this King of Pentacles, you're ready to do the work. It's like, no, I need to honor this. I need to figure that out. And it's weird. I don't use the word honor that often, but this is like, no, honor it. Accept it, deal with it, move on. And then you have Judgment. Hi. You're being very decisive. Now give me one on this Devil because I'm nosy. The Tower. Hi. You're ready for big shifts and you're ready to take control of them. Okay, Capricorn, new moon in Aries. What are we thinking about during this time? Well, we have the Tower. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Well, let's find out. It's almost like Five of Wands. What I'm getting is, that moment where someone just clears off their whole desk and like puts out a map that explains like a big plan, like an adventure movie. I feel like that's your moment. But after that moment, you're like not 100% sure how it's going to go, or someone wants you to tweak the plan and and you're like, no, I already wiped all the stuff off the desk. Here's the map. Here's what we're doing. Okay, this is the plan, Stan. So it's almost like you're rebooting and you're starting over here. Knave of Pentacles. That like the best way is through, and you're going to steadily do that. And because I want to get one on this Five of Wands. So this is where the confusion is coming from. Yeah, Knave of Wands. I think other people are going to try and add their 2 cents, but it ain't worth a penny. All right, Aquarius, new moon in Pisces. What are we thinking about during this time? Well, we have the Five of Cups. All right. So then we have the Ten of Swords. And then we have the Knave of Wands. Whatever your coulda, shoulda, wouldas, you are done. You are done thinking about stuff. You're ready to take action and move out of it. Knave of Wands. So it is still like a young energy, but there's a willingness to be like, oh, I coulda, I shoulda. And you're like, no, done. Knives, forks, all in. Knave of Wands. So how are we moving forward out of anything that was feeling stuck? The Hierophant. I feel like there's a recommitment to something that you're doing that is obviously for the better, because whatever this was, like I said, done. 10, you've reached the end, you're done. Ace of Wands. You're taking action in ways that feel very authentic and like right, you know, in the eyes of a Hierophant. Like the Hierophant knows what's up because you're making some changes. Okay, Pisces, new moon in Aries. What? Nothing wants to come out. New moon in Aries. What are we thinking about here? We have the Queen of Swords. I feel like you mean business. Like you're not messing around here. Ace of Swords. No, you do not. Whatever decisions you're coming to, you haven't come to them lightly. And the High Priestess. I feel like, I don't want to say you're untouchable, but your logic is so sound that it's almost like you're not even really taking things into consideration, because it's like you have the clarity here. King of Wands. Well, now that you have the clarity, let's do something about it. People could be looking at you like, wow, like you really got it going on. So Seven of Swords, though, the only hitch in the giddy up is I think you can't use shortcuts, or people can come in and be like, hey, Pisces got it together. Like they might try and siphon some of that mojo. I don't think you're going to let that happen here, because you have Temperance. You're too balanced. Like you really can't be shook.